Hey guys, Maria Mitchell here. Thanks for joining me for another face painting tutorial. I have had a request by Yanina Alvarez for a bunny rabbit design. Now this is the bunny rabbit face painting design that I use a lot. So I would use this at birthday parties and it's quite simple to whip up. Now bunnies are quite soft and cute obviously, so I like to keep the pinks quite soft and not so harsh. So I like to use smoothie blenders for the inner of the ears and some blush on the cheeks, as well as a smoothie blender or swab applicator for around the eyes, as I want it to be a soft edge around here and I don't want to get too much paint around the child's eyes. Sometimes I'll use a sponge to sponge on the face, but for some reason for a bunny design I just go to my big filbert brush. I load it up with white and it's just the right shape on the edge of the brush as a round edge for me to draw on the bunny ears at first, and then you can cover a large area with a filbert brush in no time if it's quite large. So for some reason I find that this is pretty effective as long as I go around the edges with some white powder, then that will soften it all up. I've used Global Colors, I think it's magenta color, or one of their pink colors for the muzzle and the nose and the whiskers as well. I've used Superstar White for all of the white on this piece. And to keep it soft, I outline with a grey or a metallic silver, which just keeps it nice and soft. You don't have any hard, dark edges. It just keeps it soft as it should, as a cute soft bunny rabbit. It's a fun one to practice, so get your face painting kit and let's get painting. I've loaded up my large filbert brush with Superstar White and I'm just going to make the floppy end of the rabbit ears. So I'm going to start right on either side on top of the eyebrows and span it right down to the edge of the eyes. I'm going to make it fairly thick as well. And now just to create a peak, I'm going to extend that with the tip of the filbert brush on a slight angle, and I'm going to bring it down to both meet in the middle. From here on, I want to create some flicks upward that will make the rabbit's fur in between its ears. So I'm basically filling in between as well. And this filbert brush is brilliant. It can cover such a large area without much effort. So now I'm just going to fill in down the bottom of the eyes and then flick it out. So what I'll do is I'll put my brush flat and then put it into a diagonal and flick it out to create some fur. Filling in the area of where the muzzle is. Now just reiterating the fur, and I'm going through over those other fur pieces and just flicking it out a little bit more. Now just carrying it on to the other side, bringing my brush into an angle, so flat and then into an angle, flat into an angle, pointing downward to make the fur on the side of the face, and then just filling in the rest of the area with that large filbert brush. Painting on the outer of the bottom base of the ears, that's just going to be a diagonal line that is pointing toward the middle of the face, just like that. I've just loaded up my smoothie blender or lollipop applicator with some pink. This is a Starblends by Meron, and I'm just filling in that area with some soft pink. The reason why I like to do this with powder is because it gives it a soft effect. Now, just with that pink, I'm going to just tap on and rub over some rosy cheeks for the rabbit's cheeks, just above where the muzzle is. Now, with my number 4 round brush, I've loaded up some magenta by Global Colours, and I'm just going to create a little semicircle at the tip of my nose, pointing downward, and that's going to be the bunny's nose. I totally missed this step earlier on. It's best to do this whilst you have the white loaded on your filbert brush. I'm just going to draw a rectangle pointing downward, which will be the bunny rabbit's teeth. Whilst we're at that area with my number 4 round brush loaded with Global Colours Magenta, I'm going to do the muzzle. So I'm going to do a line from where the nose is, the tip of the nose, right down to where the middle of the lip is, the top lip. And then I'm just going to fill that right in, create a tiny little flat triangle just at the top of the lip, and bringing out a muzzle right in, bringing a C up. Just some tiny dots at the muzzle, then bringing out some flicks out and making those whiskers. Making sure you're using the tip of your round brush to make those lines nice and fine. Also making sure that you make those whiskers smaller as you come downward. With that same pink, filling in the bottom lip around the big rabbit teeth. For the outline, I've chosen to use either a grey or a metallic silver. You can also use for outlining the fur on the sides and also the bunny rabbit's ears. This just makes it a little bit softer than using just a straight black for the edging. Now defining the teeth by just outlining that rectangle and then putting a line straight through them so that it looks as though I've got 2 big teeth. With that same brush, I'm just going to outline the other side of the face. In order to make the whiskers pop, what I like to do is load a number 1 round brush with some white or a number 2 round brush and do a line directly underneath or on top of each whisker. This will just make them pop. With your lollipop applicator or smoothie blender loaded with some Starblends white, just going to soften the edges around the eyes by just applying that powder ever so slightly around the tops of the eyes and around the edging of the eye. It'll just make it soft and not have such a hard edge of white. And there you have it, a bunny rabbit face painting design. I hope you enjoyed this. Thanks for watching. If you got something out of this, make sure that you give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. If you have any face painting related questions or you need something that you need clarified, make sure you comment down below and I'll do my absolute best to share my knowledge with you in the next video. I'm on Instagram, Facebook and Twitter. Don't forget to follow me so we don't miss each other for the next one. Until next time, happy painting!